live training. Guys, if you're just getting in, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, or definitely hit me a little heart emojis. That makes me feel really, really special. To let me know if you hear me. Also, if you're new, definitely let me know where you're listening from as well, because I'm super excited about coming to you guys on tonight with some other great training. Of course, the Now Entrepreneurs Group is for entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs to come in and get that weekly dose of actually what you need to go to prepare and propel your dreams as well, so that you can go through and actually make it in business. And of course, I'm your host, Ferris Flenoy, and I'm super excited about tonight's training. Tonight's training is, bam, the action steps, creating action steps with your goal in mind, creating action steps with your goals in mind. One thing that I realize when it comes to creating action steps in your business, a lot of times people go through and have these big goals and dreams of the type of businesses that they're going to go through and actually create. And after a business is started, sometimes you just kind of go through at the seat of your pants to go through and say, okay, well, hey, I'm going to start doing this. And sometimes it just get all discombobulated, like, what in the world am I doing? Sometimes you're treading those waters and you're actually staying afloat. Your business is doing well. You're making a little bit of profit. Your name is getting out there, but you really have no plan in place to go through and actually keep that going. So on tonight is creating action steps. And regardless of these action steps, some people may call it standard operating procedures. Some may just actually use a short burst of creating action steps. But I'm going to go over four different tips on how to create action steps so that you can go through and make sure the goals that you have in your business is accomplished in a timely fashion as well. So let's first start off with your goals. Let's go there and talk about your goals. Goals in business, you may have an overall vision or business plan for your business, but you may have individual goals within your business. Maybe a sales goal, maybe a goal when it comes to actually posting on your social media, maybe a goal with your organization to go through and start capturing data so that you can start retargeting or marketing towards individuals. Whatever your goal is, your goals are based off of actions that you can control. That's number one. All goals are based off of action that you can control. Because my thing is, you can't control who's going to buy your service or product. You can't control who's going to come in your door. You can only control what you can do. You may be saying, Ferris, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What the goals that you can do? Let's say if you are in a business where it actually dictates on you actually doing outbound calls to go through and actually start generating leads or generating business. You can't control who picks up the phone, but you can control how many calls you actually put outbound. So my thing is, you have to go through, look at that goal for that specific, look at a specific goal and start making action steps around it. So again, like that example, if you're creating outbound calls, you want to go through and actually say, okay, well, hey, I'm going to go through and do 100 outbound calls per day. And out of those 100 calls, of course, you can't control how many people are going to go through and answer the phone. But out of that, you're going to start actually seeing that through that a certain percentage, maybe 4%, maybe 3%, maybe 5%, maybe 50% individuals may answer the phone. And out of those percentages, so many people will start actually going through your next step. So you have to have those action steps, and you have to know where you're taking those individuals as you go through and actually create your goals as well. Let me give you another example. So let's say if for some reason you are a local business and you're looking at reaching more customers, you can't control the amount of individuals that may see your post on social media, but you can control how many times you post on social media. You can control how many times you go live on social media. You can control how many, again, the postings of it. So my thing is, you can't control who's going to see it, but you can control the messaging of the message that you're putting out there. You can control the medium, mean how you put it out there, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, IG, whatever. You can control that. And you're going to realize that this is a multiplying type game. The more times you go through and put things out there, the more likelihood individuals will start engaging with you, the more likelihood your sales may go up, the more likelihood you will reach the goal that you're actually creating or you're trying to go through and reach for your business. This is all about action steps, guys. It's about action steps. Everything that you do in business must have an action step. Let's say if you're in the healthcare business, just like I'm in. If for some reason your goal is to go through and minimize call outs, what you're going to have to do is create action steps. What are the proactive measures that you can go through and do to minimize call outs? Would you feel comfortable with sending out daily reminders of schedules? Would you feel comfortable with actually doing random calls at your client's home just to ensure that your services are being rendered on time? You have to go through and create action steps, measurable action steps that you can go through and control. You can't control if somebody's going to get in their car and go to a member's house. You can't control if a person's going to have a flat tire or blowout or something peril may happen. You can't control that, but what you can control is what you can do. And that's what action is all about, is controlling the things that you can control. The things that you can't control, you control. The things that you can't control, guess what? That's out of your hand. Only thing you can do is react on those type of things. And you must have a plan in place or reactive plan for that as well. Let's go to number 2. With the action plans, with a pen and paper, you got to map out how long it's going to take. Again, with the pen and paper, map out how long it's going to take. Actions like goals. Let's talk about goals. Goals are time sensitive. Goals are time oriented. Goals are just not like, okay, I'm going to make it big in business one day. No, goals are not, okay, I'm going to go through and call 100 people in someday, not one day, in someday. No, goals are time specific. Goals are, I'm going to call 100 people within this hour. Goals are, I'm going to go through and call 500 people within 2 days. Goals are, I'm going to go through and call, I'm going to call my clients 10 minutes before their shift to go through, or 5 minutes before their shift to make sure my employees there. Those are certain goals, and everything is time specific. So you have to go through and pull your pen and paper out and start writing down your process to what your action steps will be. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it is your responsibility to control this part right here. The actions are based off of you, and the response are based, of course, responses, we can't go through and control the responses, but the actions are based off of what you can take. So my thing is get a pen and paper, even right now, get a pen and paper and go through and start thinking about that one thing that you want to go through and do. Only that one thing. Think about that one thing that you want to put down as a goal for this week, whether it's creating more content, whether it's communicating with your clients, whether it's communicating with posting more things on social media, whether it's going through and actually building out a process for your accounting. You want to go through and put the pen to the paper and actually say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. This week, my action step is building out a procedure for accounting. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take me 3 days, and these are my action steps. I'm going to read this book. I'm going to talk to this accountant, and I'm going to put pen to paper to go through and build out my procedure within my business. And it will be finished within these 3 days. Actions always are followed with a time frame. So never go through, goals are always followed with a time frame. So the goal is here, the action steps meets towards that goal as well. Never just say, I'm going to do this, or, hey, this is what I want to do one day. Put a time behind it as well. And that's what your pen and paper is for. Let's talk about number 3. Again, we're talking about action steps and how your goal and how we can keep your goal in mind when creating action steps. Number 3, I hear this all the time, KISS. We've all heard the acronym KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. My thing is, so many times in life and in business, we overthink everything. We're like, oh my gosh, I want to build this big business. I want to go through and do this, do that, do this. But all the while, it's just in all this movement, but no action. I'm going to read all these books. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go, but no action. Guys, listen, on tonight, I want you to think about it. Just keep it simple. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm calling the actions that surround the acronym of KISS stupid. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it so simple. Go through and actually think about that one goal. Think about that one goal. Build action steps around that one goal, and then just go through pen and paper and just keep it simple. Don't overthink everything. Don't overthink it, because my thing is, if you overthink it, it's just going to start that analysis, the paralysis of analysis. You're just going to go through and delay the process, because overthinking will not allow you to go through and meet your time-specific goals, because you won't create any time-specific goals. But overthinking it will go through and put you in that trap where you're like, man, it's a lot. That's a lot. No, just keep it simple so that you can go through and actually achieve your goals. Next, come up with one action item and get it done. That's what keeping it simple does. Come up with just one action item. If your goal is just to make phone calls outbound, that's your one action item. Put a timestamp. This is what I'm going to go through and do. If your goal is developing procedures, this is what I'm going to develop procedures for this specific process or this specific department. Go through and actually just keep it very simple and keep it down to one specific task. Because I know many times we try to go through and do the juggling. We try to go through. I wish I could. I'm gonna see if I can juggle. Right now I could possibly juggle these two beats. But my thing is, if you throw something else in, if you throw this in right here, I hope I don't drop my beats. But I can't go through and juggle all this. Like, It's impossible. As entrepreneurs, it's impossible for us to go through and do this whole juggling act and keep business going, juggling while taking phone calls, while working on the day-to-day business. It's impossible. So as busy entrepreneurs, as productive entrepreneurs, keep it simple. Only do that one thing. If you're building out a course, go through and just only focus on that one course. Go through and focus on module by module by module, one module at a time. I'm going to go through and take 2 days to work on this module. Bam. Once that module is completed, keep it simple. Don't overly complicate it. Don't go through and try to put all the value. No, keep it super simple. One module at a time. Bam, bam, bam. When developing a marketing plan, go through and think about one specific form of communication. If you're trying to communicate via Facebook, think about and focus on Facebook. If you're trying to communicate via Instagram, think about and focus on Instagram. If you're trying to do print advertisement, think about and only focus on print. Because now once you go through and have the processes in place for that, and that's successful, then you can go through and move on to the next one. But the thing is, a lot of entrepreneurs, what we try to do is try to just go through and juggle everything. I'm going to do Instagram, Facebook, print ad, magazine, newspaper, postcard. I'm doing everything. And then once you start doing everything, nothing gets done, and you just start to drop the ball on everything. So my thing is keep it super simple as well. Last but not least, number 4, once you go through and actually get that goal and develop those action steps around that goal, and you put the pen and paper, you keep it simple. The next thing you want to do is follow up, rinse, and repeat. What do you mean by follow up, rinse, and repeat? My thing is you want to go through it and actually get a chance to evaluate that process. That's the follow up part, to see what's working and what's not working. If it's working, you want to continue to go through and follow up with that. Rinse it. Okay, well, hey, I've called 100 people today. Now I got to go through and find another list of 100 people and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat, because apparently something's working with that. So that means you should be seeing some results as well as you go through and do your follow-up, rinse and repeat process as well. Guys, it is so important for your goals to have action steps. If on tonight your goals do not have action steps, you need to go through and pull out a pen and paper. Think about those. Think about the big goal and kind of break it down to subsets and say, this is what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on this particular goal. I'm going to go through and put these action steps around this goal. I'm going to follow this step-by-step process, these 4 steps. I'm going to go through and base my action steps off of my goal. I'm going to go through and actually put it to pen and paper. I'm going to keep it super simple. And after that, I'm going to rinse and repeat it, because that's where you're going to go through and see your goals come to life. That's where you're going to go through and see your dreams come true as well, because you have a process in place. Remember last week when I talked about process, when I talk about business, you're going to always substitute the word business for process, because that's all business is. Business is systems and process. As you go through to build your enterprise, go through and continuously work on your enterprise, work on your business, but most importantly, work on your processes so you're not driving yourself crazy. Guys, I hope tonight's training has been valuable to you. I'm super excited about where we're going. I'm super excited about the responses that I'm receiving from everyone. Go through and invite another entrepreneur who needs to go through and hear this message. Go through and invite them to the Now Entrepreneur Facebook group, because what we're doing is we're building a tribe of individuals that's going to go out and impact not only the world, but first of all, we're going to impact our family and our local communities with business knowledge, because we're not bulls. Yeah, we're not bulls jiving with. I'm trying not to cuss no more, but we're not bullshitting when it comes to business. We are going through. We're gonna go through and make sure we do business. We're gonna do reputable business. We're gonna have our stuff together. We're gonna have our stuff together when it comes to business, so that nobody can come through and shake us. And that's the part of business that I see a lot of times. People, when you don't know your business, you haven't put a lot of time in your business, people can go through and shake that foundation. But here at the Now Entrepreneur Group, we're not doing that anymore. We're coming in, we're coming hard, we're coming ready. We're closing out this year strong, because we know what we want. We have our goals in mind, we have action steps. We're keeping it simple, and we're going to go through and follow up, rinse and repeat, and go through and actually kill the competition, because that's what we can do. Guys, I'm super excited. If you have any comments or anything, please drop them below. I want to definitely engage you guys. I may not engage you guys live right now, but I'll come back and engage you guys in the chat as well. If you have any specific questions about business, make sure you drop it in the comments below or inbox me as well. Again, every Tuesday night, we'll be right here live on the Now Entrepreneur Facebook group. And of course, this Thursday, we're having a special guest to come in and actually grace the Ask Farris show as well. Guys, I'm super excited about where we're going as a tribe. Continue to stay motivated. Continue to stay focused. Continue to stay hungry. Continue to stay hungry as an entrepreneur so that you can go through and achieve the life that you would like to have within your business as well, guys. Super excited, guys. I'll be seeing you guys next week. Have a great week. Again, comment below. Let me know if this was valuable. Give me a couple of thumbs up, hearts right now. Just go crazy on it, crazy on it. And of course, if you caught this on the replay, hashtag replay. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Chat soon.